yo nah prachodayat. So one of the reasons we are doing this puja and doing it collectively is because we have seen the devastating impact of COVID. In US, at least, we are now a little bit on a safer side with so much vaccination done. But based on what I'm hearing from all our friends and families from India, that things are getting out of control in India, and almost everyone who has a family in India knows somebody who is impacted. Right. So collectively, we'll do prayers for all the people that we know who are sick and in hospital also, and also to create a positive energy to give us strength as well as the strength to all our friends and relatives and the entire universe. If we established our connection with the universal energy, right, the nature does respond to that, and that is a belief that our ancients had. So a lot of the puja and then the mantras that will be chanted are of that nature. Our rishis always taught "Sarve bhavantu sukhinah," means that may all be happy, may all be prosperous. It never discriminated based on gender or the caste or your status. It was goodness for all, and that is one of the main theme for the puja here also today. So very first part of puja, anytime we do puja, it starts with pavitrikaran, purification of self. So if you have a water nearby, take water, and if you have a kalash and a coconut, then put some water inside the kalash also and put a coconut over it. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Put water in your left hand and cover it up with the right hand like this. And then you sprinkle over you. Fine. Don't feel guilty about not being able to do certain part of the puja. Now, if you are ready, I will chant the mantra, then you sprinkle the water over you. Om apavitra pavitro va sarva vastam piva yasmaret pundari kaksham sabhayapyantara suchi. Om punatu pundri kaksha punatu. Then sprinkle the water over you. And you have to imagine that you are purifying the place on which you are doing the puja, and you are purifying yourself. And that is a precondition for doing any puja. When we do puja, we just do the puja for the sake of, because we don't understand. But the primary principle for any puja is to purify ourselves so that we can become the conduit of the divine energy, right? We become better, we feel closer to God Almighty. And God Almighty in our religion is, Nirguna, Nirvika, right? So it's the universal energy that controls the universe is what we worship. We have different forms that we worship, and that is because we need to establish a relationship, right? Something that is infinite, omniscient, omnipotent, omnibenevolent. Without finite capability, finite intellect, we cannot relate. And that is the reason. Rekha, I think there is noise coming. If you can mute.
Yeah.
So that is what we need to relate to. And hence we start the puja with taking a pledge that I'm going to purify myself, meaning that I'm going to accept that I can become better than who I am, to become that universal conduit. And that is why end of the puja, we will be also asking you to give Deva Dakshina, meaning you give up one bad habit today and take one good habit as part of this puja, right? So that the energy that we are going to invoke the presence of, we can sustain through us. And for us to help others also, right? This puja is especially done to provide healing and to the all the friends and family members who are sick, as well as giving strength to all the friends and family members who are helping others. So one of the pledge we have to do here is to accept first that I can become better than who I am. That means that I have weaknesses, and there is nobody in this world who doesn't have weakness, or who is pure, or who cannot become better than who they are at any moment of time. So that is why we did Pavitrikaran, purification of self. That is the first step of puja. And the benefits that comes out of that puja are described, and that is what the process of the Yajna was. It is more of a formula thing. And It says Om Pavitratanah Sanmargam Nayet. Om Pavitratanah Mahattam Prayachatu. Om Pavitratanah Santim Pradadatu. So when we purify ourselves, when we try to become better than who we are, we get inspired to walk on the path of righteousness, right? That we start choosing more rights than wrongs. It also makes us a greater person, means it develops our self-esteem, right? It gives us self-confidence. And we also get blessed with Shantim Pradadatu, right? Which right now in this atmosphere of chaos, right? We all are seeking some kind of closure to or that inner peace, right? And one thing we do forget, that we cannot give what we don't have, right? So if we want to help others, we need to have that, right? That includes money. If you want to help somebody financially, if you want to donate time, you have to organize your life. But same thing also applies to, if you want to bring joy, happiness, if you want to bring, healthy environment to the family, you want others to get better faster, you need to first maintain that you have to stay healthy in order to offer, help to somebody else. And so that is what is reminded here. And only when we develop that confidence, right, we are blessed with the inner peace. The second thing that we do is pranayam, where pranayam, we have seen a lot of us are exposed to, pranayam, either Art of Living or Ramdev Baba are the two major, organizations that are teaching pranayam into, many different ways. But what we'll do is very simple form of pranayam, and we should also include that as part of the daily routine. Basically, our life is controlled by sun, and the energy that comes from sun in the form of life force. And in fact, that's why Vedas also says, Suryasya Jagatasya Atma, right? The whole, for the world, the life source is sun. And that is what Gayatri Mantra also does. It worships that Savita, or the life force that comes out of the sun. With that, right, we develop that inner strength, inner energy through by worshipping the light, that life source. So in pranayam also, what we are doing is, pran is the life force. Ayam means that we take insight and we inculcate, or we bring it to our life. So that life force, we have to imagine that there is abundance of the life force, and you can meditate on sun, or you can imagine positive energy in the surrounding. And if you have a spinal cord straight, we get the most benefit out of it, because the energy channel within our body is through spinal cord. And that's where you may have heard of the 7 chakras. Those chakras are located, but chakras are nothing but energy centers that controls the energy body. In Ayurveda, we have a parallel concept of energy body. And that's why you may remember the Veds, or the practitioners of Ayurveda will only look at your nadi and can diagnose you. That is because they are looking at the energy body. A parallel analogy for energy body is, acupuncture, acupressure also operates on the same principle. And Reiki, which is also becoming very popular as a healing method now in the hospital, also works on the energy body principle. So with pranayam, we take that life force and take it through, right? So through our nadis, and purify the nadis. So when you inhale, you have to imagine that life force is going, activating you, and then it's spreading in your entire body to every cell of the body. Once that reaches there, it cleanses it. So then a lot of, toxins gets released. So when you exhale, you are exhaling all those negative energies that is dissolved in the carbon dioxide, and throwing it out, rejecting it from your body. And then you hold the breath again, it's going far, far, far away. Now, this is the simplest form of pranayam, and we just do that. But you can also take a pledge or teach it to your children, and doing it few times a day. And especially when you're helping somebody, right, it really helps boost up your own, inner strength and inner energy, so that, you can do a lot more for others. Surya Dhyana Pranayama. I will do the mantra, you guys do the pranayam. Om Vishwani Deva Savitah Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadram Tanna Asuva. And we have to imagine that our whole body is getting purified. We are absorbing the life force from sun, and we are becoming, from inside and outside, Tejomay. Now, in the next step, we'll do tilak. So tilak is something, if you have kanku, kumkum, you can use that. If you don't have it, you can use water, or if you have chandan, you can use chandan. And you put it here, right on the third eye. Om Chandarasya Mahatpunyam Pavitram Papanashanam Apadam Harte Nityam Lakshmi Tishtati Sarvada Lakshmi Tishtati Sarvada. So in ancient time, we used to do this using chandan. Then people also use kumkum. Both of them have their own advantages. But the mantra that I chanted comes from Rig Veda. And it's very powerful mantra because it ends in the sentence that we all seek for. That is our life goal for, that is Lakshmi Tishtati Sarvada. That Lakshmi stays with us forever. Lakshmi is Vaibhav, prosperity. Prosperity, right? That we will be blessed with prosperity and forever. How is applying Chandan is related to that? So Chandan has two qualities, Shitarda and Suvas. Right? It's calmness and it gives fragrance. And the reason Chandan gives fragrance, or the sandalwood gives out fragrance, is because when it's a solid form, it's not very fragrancy. But when you put it in a water and rub it and make it into a paste, that's where a lot of fragrance comes out. Same thing when we live our life for somebody else, right? When we do selfless service, that's where fragrance starts coming out of our life. And calm mind, that also helps us and the surrounding when we are calmer. So now if you want to look at the relevance of that, and we are fortunate being, raised in India, that we have a lot of these examples in our life that we have overlooked. Our grandparents' time or great-grandparents' time, every village used to have a head of the village. May that be a Jamindar or Saukar. And what nothing can move in the village without their desire. Their children, our contemporary children's, right? And their their third and fourth generation, if you look at it, nobody knows them. And we who came from typically ordinary families prospered a lot more. And the reason is, right, that Lakshmi Chancharche, it doesn't stay for more than 3-4 generations because bad habits develop, right? You start losing the value of the money if these two qualities are not with you. And if you want to look at the other way around also, there are, many examples. You can say Tatas or Birlas or even the township that I grew up in, Kasturba Lalbai Group. 7 to 9 generations, 10 generations, right? Wealth has survived there because they all are philanthropic families. So one thing I do request here to all parents and all friends, right? Develop the habit of giving and do it on a daily basis, especially we will have grandkids at some point. I missed out on my children, but at least at grandkid level, right? If you teach them how to do daily donation, not once a year, daily, $1 a day is good enough. 10 cents a day is good enough, but you inculcate the thought of giving in them on a daily basis. And then you connect them directly with the divine. Compassion, right? Christianity also talks about ocean of compassion. Or Christ as an embodiment of compassion. We also have the same thing, Karuna Sagar, ocean of compassion, Karuna Nidhi, the chest of compassion. Bhagwan. If we develop this in our children, we connect them directly with the divine source, and that gives a lot of strength. And we don't have to worry about what they are doing because we know that they will make the right decision when they are out there on their own. So that is what is a reminder for doing tilak. That's why I do tilak. Scientifically, it is done here, which is the Adya Chakra, 6th of the chakras. When I talked about the chakras of the energy center of the spinal cord, this is the 6th of the chakra. Shankar Bhagwan needs a 3G eye, the third eye of Shankar Bhagwan is right here. Basically, it's nothing but the pituitary and pineal gland right behind it. By doing this, you stimulate. And when you apply kumkum, for example, kumkum, majority of that is turmeric. So turmeric application of that decalcify what is inside. We are all familiar with, right? There is even pain even dislocation you apply. It pulls toxins from inside out. Chandan gives calmness and other things. So anytime we apply tilak, we have to remember this. That's why we do tilak every time. And we also put rice sometimes with tilak. And we do say namaste. So namaste iti namaste એટલે તમે જ્યારે બીજાને પ્રણામ કરો તે is represents tat or tatvamasi, right? ભગવાનનું સ્વરૂપ જેને પૂર્ણ પરમાત્મા કહીએ આપણે, that is represented by tat in Sanskrit. So that is when we say namaste, namahate iti namaste, that I bow down to the divinity in you is what namaste means. And we put rice. Rice no biju naam is akshat, that my faith in you is unbroken, and that is why we also apply rice with the tilak. So what are the advantages of applying tilak? Om mastiskam shantam bhuyat, Om anuchitam avesham ma bhuyat, Om shirsham unnatam bhuyat, Om vivekam sthiri bhuyat. Right? As I explained, our mind stays calmer. We don't get agitated, and that is the need of the hour right now, right? We are faced with, as a humanity, we are faced with, unprecedented challenge that we are going through right now. And in that position, for us to even do prayers, right, we need to be calm and content, then we can do more effective prayers. And those are the things, right, that comes out of by putting these values in our life. And that is why tilak was used to be done. So how do we do that? We have to do now sankalpa. So if you have the nada chedi, jene apne red thread kaya, hoy to fine che, tamari jode na hoy to don't worry about it. And the married man puts it on a left hand, on a right hand. Married females put it on a left hand, but all unmarried, male or female, puts it on the right hand. So you have to put it on each other. If you don't have it, then you can get it tied later. And if you don't have it, just you can put your hand like this and just imagine that you're taking the pledge. Sankalpa means pledge, and sutra means either a thread or a formula. Both are the names for sutra. So after Raksha Bandhan ma Rakdi bandhiye, that is the same principle here. We are going to seek the protection from the divine, but we are taking a pledges to do certain things, right? Bringing discipline in our life when we do puja. That's why we put Sankalpa Sutra. Om Ratena Diksham Apnoti, Diksha Apnoti Dakshinam, Dakshina Shraddham Apnoti, Shraddhaya Satyam Apyate, Shraddhaya Satyam Apyate. So left and right for male and female doesn't mean that one is superior than the other. It just means that we have complementary strength. And as a couple, right, we need to understand that we have to complement each other's weaknesses and support each other, right, and build on each other's strengths. The same, that is, and it's a universal thing that our rishis have recognized. The books, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, are now getting popular, but this is a 5,000-year-old wisdom that was there. And a Sankalpa also reminds you that you've taken a pledge. We tend to remember negative things for a long, long time, but good values we tend to forget. So this is a reminder that we are going to take a pledge to do something good today also as a part of the puja. And that is the other reason we put Sankalpa Sutra here. Right? So there are 5 things that we are supposed to do when we do this. Take a pledge for doing it on daily. Upasana, Sadhana, Aradhana. Also remember the USA. And Samaidan and Anshadan. Upasana means up meaning sitting. Asan means sitting and up means next to. એટલે તમે ભગવાનની નજીક બેસો. ભગવાનની નજીક બેસવાનો અર્થ એ નથી કે you only do માળા કે મંદિરમાં જ બેસો. You force yourself to stay positive, read positive books, watch positive movies, shows, and do. And one of the things you can also do is mantra japa. Manaha trayati iti mantra. The one that helps you control your mind is mantra. And when we do the mantra chanting for the prayers, I will explain you the meaning of Mahamrutiya mantra and Gayatri mantra. Beautiful meaning, and I think in Jainism, Naukar mantra is very similar, very powerful universal prayer. So any mantra you relate to, but basically they help your mind to stay focused on a single positive thought. And when we do mala, it's like a Fitbit. It gives you that closure that, okay, I've done this much. And it also, when your mind wanders, it brings you back onto the focus back onto that I'm doing mantra japa. So that is upasana. When we do upasana, we establish our connection with a higher source. We have a role model now. So that means we start seeing our own weaknesses because we develop the desire to become better. But many times even recognizing and identifying our weaknesses, we cannot overcome it, right? That's where the sadhana part comes in. You have to force yourself to overcome that. For that, you need a lot of inner strength also to do that. So that is the sadhana, and aradhana is a selfless service. That you do any type of service without expecting anything in return for a good cause. You get that inner contentment, inner strength. You feel good about yourself. And how to do that? But you have to doing regular Samaydan and Anshadan. So I explain you the concept of Anshadan, that you do daily donation. And rather than doing what we do, many times we write one check a year, 365. But if you do $1 a day every day, you contemplate giving 365 times, and hence it becomes your habit. And especially we need to develop that in our next generation if you want to bless them with good sanskaras. And Samaydan is also, find some time to do self-development as well as help to others on a daily basis or a weekly basis. And sometimes, if nothing else, just becoming aware of, right, that I'm positive, I'm joyful, right? Smile is free, but we forget to smile. Then smile is contagious also. That, if you are happy, you make the surrounding happy. Nobody wants to stay in the company of a miserable person. So those are the things that are reminded when you do the Sankalpa Sutra, right? So after that, we will invoke the presence of the divine energy. Kalash Stapna na Rupma. So tamari jode kalash hoy to you can put a flower on it. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Om Kalasasta Mukhe Vishnu Kante Rudra Samasita Mule Tatra Sthito Brahma Madhye Matru Ganasmuta Kuksho Tusagara Sarve Sapta Dvipa Vasundara Rugvedo Yajurveda Samavedo Yatharvana Angesa Sahita Sarve Kalasantu Samasita Atra Gayatri Savitri Shanti Pusti Kari Sada Tvai Tistanti Bhutani Tvai Prana Pratistita Siva Swayam Tvamevasi Vishnu Swamcha Prajapati आदित्या वसुवो रुद्रा विश्वे देवास पैतृका त्वयि तिष्ठन्ति सर्वेपि यथा कामा फलप्रदा तत्पदादिदं यज्ञं कर्तुमिह जलोद्भव सानिध्यं कुरु मे देव प्रसन्नो भव सर्वदा. So we always see kalash and coconut as part of any puja. And a kalash ni andar pani bharyu hai. We put water inside the kalash. So it is that kalash in which we invoke the presence of all the divine energy. In fact, jare pran pratishtha karvama ave, right? When we even convert a statue into a murti, the invocation of prana is done in the water, and through abhisinchan is that prana is converted or transferred into the murti. And our scriptures talked about, and both Jain and Hindu scriptures talk about water as a living thing. Panch Tattva Manu Ek Tattva, right? One of the 5 energy elements. So 80% of our body is water, and that's why we also probably react to positivity in a positive way, negativity in a negative way. And scientifically, if you want to look at it, there is a work done in Stanford University where there is a Professor William Tiller in Stanford in California. He's retired now, but he has been able to change the pH of the water with meditation without touching it. Clearly showing that water has certain qualities that are not understood, and it reacts to thoughts and emotion. Counter work is also done in Japan by Dr. Emoto, who is looking at crystals and showing the transformation of crystal from the same water source before prayer and after prayer. But our rishis had known this. They have even described a property of water known as Vishwa Vidyut in very much detail. And, the more we look at it, there are so many aspects of water that are coming out now that we have not understood as a scientist. But one thing we also have a barrier with, that being student of science, we all demand proof to accept, but we overlook the second principle of science, that is that to reject a claim also requires proof. So there are a lot of claims that are made in our scriptures, and we many times reject them without even trying to understand or reject it, just because they are way out of our ability to conceptualize, or somebody already has made negative comments about it for different motives. So for youngsters who participate in the puja or watch this later, my request to them that when you attend a puja, do it with an open mind. Right? Don't close yourself. Not saying that you accept everything that is said, but also don't reject unless you can prove yourself, and drive yourself to prove or disprove it. So in that water and colors, we put coconut on top of it. Coconut represents us. We all are very joyful. Our true nature is Satchidanand Atma, right? Inner joy, inner peace is something that is we all are blessed with. We don't experience that inner joy because we have built that very hard shell around us. That is our ego, our anger, our jealousies, and we all can name many things that we feel that is prohibiting us to enjoy our life fully. Our fears, our anxieties. And by putting that on top of the water, we are saying that may, Bhagwan in Ajit, Bhagwan means the assembly of all the divine or the good qualities. When we force ourselves to be near it, we start experiencing more and more of our inner joy. And that's why end of the puja, આપણે નાળિયેર વધેરીએ અને એનું જે પાણી નીકળે પ્રસાદના રૂપમાં બધાને આપીએ. Just same thing. And then we call it Shrifal, so that we get blessed with the Shri or the Lakshmi only, right, when we break all of our these negative barriers, and whatever is there within us, the joy that comes out, we share. The more we share, the more we grow. Same thing for knowledge. The more you share, the more you grow. And those are all the reminders that are put into the puja. That's why we do this puja. So first we invoke the presence of our gurus. So anybody who has influenced us positively, and we also pray here today, right, that all the teachers who have taught us, right, may they stay healthy and they do, okay. In my school, we also recently do fundraising for one of the high school teacher who was in COVID situation, and fortunately he's saved now. But so we invoke, and then I will invoke the presence of my guru. And if you have any guru, right, that you have faith in, invoke their subtle presence here in the puja. Om Akhanda Mandala Akaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darchitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Om Sri Guruve Namah. Avahayami Sapayami Dayami Tato Namaskaram Karomi. Then we also invoke Gayatri, and Gayatri more in the form of mantra. You may have seen the presentation of Gayatri mantra in the form of a divine goddess. But these are all representations. If you're in Arya Samaj, they will not worship that form. They will just, and I will explain the mantra so it will become very clear when we do the prayers at that time, that why it is represented as a divine mother. Om Ayatu Varde Devi Triakshare Brahmavadini Gayatri Chandasa Mata Brahma Yonir Namostute. Om Shri Gayatri Namah. Avahayami Stapayami Dayami Tato Namaskaram Karomi. Then with Badda Devi Devtanu Avan Karisu. Om Sarvebhyo Devebhyo Namah. Avahayami Stapayami Dayami Tato Namaskaram Karomi. Full ne choka hoy to tame altar ma just put it there. Again, you may have heard this term, right? Om Gandhakshatam Puspam Dhupam Deepam Naivedyam Samarpayami. Samarpaya means that I offer. What do we offer? Puspam, right? Flowers. Now, if flowers are created by God or the God Almighty, offering something back to the Creator, right, has very limited value from that point. But what we are doing instead is that we are saying that taking a pledge, I will be flower-like, I will be joyful, I will spread fragrance of my selfless act, and I will develop my surrender to the point where I find the feet in your, right, the joy of surrender. That is what I develop, so that I can find my place in your feet. Same thing when you offer rice, two meanings. One is Mukhyana Bhojan, right? So we should not waste food. That's a reminder. And then the other thing is Akshat, unbroken. My faith in divine is unbroken. And divine meaning you can also say is law of karma. That my faith in, right, that I do good thing will happen to me is unbroken. Then I do bad things will happen to me, right? So that is why we offer rice. Dhoop, same way, right? It burns to give fragrance. Deepam, same way that it burns to give light, remove the darkness. So those are the things that when we offer, we have to contemplate for ourselves. The puja is all about self-reflection. That is why we do puja. We have kind of forgotten that because nobody is there to teach. So now we do Agni Sthapan. So you guys have light there, lamp. But before we do that, let me also explain you. We will be doing prayers with two mantras. One of them is Gayatri Mantra. The other one is Mahamrutyunjay Mantra. Gayatri Mantra you may have heard, and most of you now know. 60, 70 years ago, it was hardly known to only Brahmins and male Brahmins only. And Gayatri Parivar and many other organizations has opened it up by doing a lot of tapas to make it generally available. In South, still there you will find people who will say that Gayatri Mantra should not be done by females or by non-Brahmins. But it's a very universal prayer. And in fact, it was done by Ram, Krishna, or even if you look at that movie, those who have seen on Swaminarayan Sampradaya, the Nilkant, even Nilkant or Swaminarayan Bhagwan also used to do Gayatri Mantra for the Sandhya, and so did Ram, Krishna, everybody. The reason is Gayatri Mantra is known as the Veda Mata. The whole knowledge of Veda is believed to have manifested from the 24 Sanskrit letters of Gayatri Mantra. So a lot of powerful, subtle energies that are associated with Gayatri Mantra. And it is also believed that there are 24 energy centers within our body that it activates. So it helps you connect with a larger, universal energy. And it is also known as Tripada. So Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Kali are the three branches of that energy. One is sustaining, one is creative, and one is, destructive, or not destructive, but dissolving energy. So Om is that universal energy. And we as an engineer all know that there is a sound associated with any motion. That with any motion, sound always is there, right? You cannot have a motion without sound. So Om is envisioned as the universal sound that is made by churning of this universe. The universe is not stationary, it always is churning. And the sound that it creates is envisioned by our rishis in their meditative state as Om. Or you can call Om as the universal energy that controls this universe. We all know that energy is constant and it can be converted from one form to another, but nobody knows the source of that energy. Nobody can explain how a molecule has so much energy that if you break it apart can destroy or light up the entire village. So that universal energy is where Om, Bhurbhuva Swaha is our physical body, mental body, subtle body, or Sthul, Sukshma, and Karan, our emotional body, mental body, and physical body, that we are asking that energy to illuminate all these three bodies, help us change. Tat Savitur Varenyam. Tat, as I explained earlier, is the divinity or the form of Paramatma. Savitur is the life force that comes out of the sun. So that's why in Gayatri Mantra we meditate on rising sun. Varenyam. Varan kariya, we want to inculcate in our life. And what we'll be blessed with? Bhargo. So Bharg means the brilliance or the Tejasvita of Surya. That's why the name Bhargav is there. Devasya Dhimahi, the one that is also possessed by Devis and Devtas. So one of the worship in Gayatri Mantra is the Devatvaka Avtaran, right? That inculcation of divine qualities within us. Dhiyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Prachodayat means that illuminate. Dhiyo is Buddhi. That may that illuminate intellect. But Naha is plural. So Naha means that not only my intellect of all. So I'm doing a prayer for myself, but not only for myself, for the whole universe. What is good for the universe is good for me. And in this COVID situation also, right, when we are praying for somebody else, right, the only thing that we can really pray on is the universal energy, that may universal energy come and heal those who are suffering. So that is the reason Gayatri Mantra will chant. And then the other one that is very traditionally done is Mahamrutyunjay Mantra. You may have heard, or anybody is sick, right? A priest or anybody will advise you that why don't we do a Mahamantra chanting, Mahamrutyunjay Mantra chanting. Mahamrutyunjay is also, if you understand the meaning, right, it is the prayer for the greatest death. Mahan Mrityu is Mahamrityu. So it's a prayer for the greatest death. Then why do we do it? To heal somebody? Because if you read the mantra, it says that Trambakam Yajamahe, means three-eyed, that's Lord Shiva. May Lord Shiva bless us. Sugandhim Pusti Vardhanam, may, add, fragrance in my life. Pusti Vardhanam, make me grow. And how, to the point, how much I need to grow? Urva Rukameva Bandhanat. Urva is the whale, whale કહીએ ને આપણે, wine, વેલો જે થાય, melon નો, especially તરબૂચ કે મોટા મોટા melon નો જે વેલો થાય. મૃત્યોર મુક્ષીયમ અમૃતાત. જ્યારે ફળ પાકી જાય, only when the melon is fully ripe, it detaches very effortlessly from the vine. Otherwise, if you try to do unripened fruit, if you try to pull it, right, it will go all the way to the stem, and it will not come off, right? It will resist to come off. So the prayer itself says that mane evu mrityu male, the kind of death that I get is when I'm fully spiritually mature and my soul leaves my body effortlessly. So that automatically brings healing to the person. First of all, it removes the fear of and anxiety of the person. Right now, you are not afraid of death, and you are seeking the best death possible. And because you are in a sick position, you can still have so much room to improve from there. So you heal, and that is why we do Mahamrutyunjay mantra as part of prayer to Lord Shiva, to bless us with the life journey, right, in future, so that we can correct our errors and become better before we die. So we'll do those two worships. I will also do one mantra for Sajal Shraddha, one for Prakhar Pragya. And Sajal Shraddha and Prakhar Pragya, and you may have heard literature, or some of you have developed spiritual interest. Swami Vivekananda, Sri Aurobindo, Ramana Maharshi, and my Guru Pandit Sri Ram Sharma Acharya all have said one thing, that the era is changing. And we are living in these great moments of change. And these great moments of change, right, we have to accept the reality that things are changing and we have to adapt to it. We humans tend to latch on to the universal law is that there is a change in the universe. There is nothing that is constant in this universe. But we hang on to what we feel comfortable with. And we always resist the change. So we have to start dropping our change to that. And end of this churning, a beautiful human race will emerge, or a beautiful, what they call Satyug ki Vapsi is one word for that, or and two pillars of that will happen. And there is a lot of rishis in Himalayas doing tapas for that, and a lot of saints have taken birth to manifest that, is what is believed and what is written there. I'm not going to bore everybody here on that, but if you have interest, we can catch up later on that. So Sajal Shraddha, Prakhar Pragya, the two foundations on which the new human race will transform to. Sajal Shraddha means faith, but not blind faith. Blind faith has caused so much destruction in this human race. It will be Sajal, means with compassion. The faith will not destroy anybody. Faith will not hurt anybody, right? The faith will nurture others. And Prakhar Pragya is the same way. Pragya is the righteous intellect, and Prakhar is of the highest order. We have highest order of intellect now, but what we have done, we have used it to create a lot of weapons of mass destructions. We have polluted our water sources, we have polluted our earth, we have polluted our oceans for self-centric nature. We are only worried about how can I make money at the cost of others. Unlike rishis who did everything that is Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina. So that is going to come back. Or that human race has to transform into that, is that the intellect has to become righteous intellect. So we will do those two mantras also. So we will first light the lamps. And Agni is one of the second, third element. Prithvi is the second element. The fire is, Agni is considered to be the transformer between the physical world and the subtle world. That's why we always use fire. We have 16 Sod Sanskar, we say 16 rituals. Every one of them is done. And some of them you may not recognize are sanskars also. But there is one that is done Srimant Srimanto Nayanan Sanskar. That was a third of the sanskar. There are two more that were done before that also in ancient time. Before the child is born, there are 3 sanskaras there. When a child is born, there is a Vidyarambha, there is a Namkaran Sanskar. There is Annaprashan Sanskar when they eat solid food. There is a Jat Karma Sanskar, Mundan Sanskar. There is a Vidyarambha Sanskar when they start. There is a Upnayan Sanskar that used to be done both males and females of all the Varna in ancient times. And that's why you will see Rama and Sita wearing a Janoi or Hanuman wearing a Janoi. Then the very important one that many of us don't even know, Vivah Sanskar. Marriage is a Sanskar. And there are others between that and the last one, but the last one, last rites, that is also Antim Sanskar, which is also part of the Sanskar. All of those Sanskars are done in front of fire, in front of Agni. Right? Vivah Sanskar ma sat fera Agni mein fera liye. Agni Daha piye Antim Sanskar ma, and every other Sanskar is done in form of Agni. So that's why we are lighting the lights here. May that connect us with the subtle energy. And another word you have used also, Jataragni, the fire in our belly, digestive power. The reason it is called Agni also because it transforms our physical food, the physical nature of the food, into Prana Shakti, into subtle form. So anything that transforms, and that is the reason we do these prayers in front of fire by lighting the lamp, that we establish connection with the universal energies. So you can light the lamp. The diva છે સળગાવી દેજો. Om Agnenaya Supataraye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodyasmat Juhurana Meno Bhuistam Ted Nama Uktim Videma. Om Yanmandalam Diptikaram Vishalam Ratna Prabham Divramanadi Daridra Dukha Kshayakaranam Cha Puna Tumam Tat Savitur Varenyam Puna Tumam Tat Savitur Varenyam. So we'll lighten the lamp, then we will close the eyes, or we'll focus on the lamps and do Gayatri Mantra 11 times and Mahamudra Mantra 5 times. So we also, and if you have anyone who is sick, right? So Rekha, who was our classmate, her mother is right now in COVID positive. We also know another person, Prashant's mother is also positive, and I'm sure that many of us have friends and relatives who are, either positive. We may have also experienced, loss of loved ones in India. Those who are, it's every home story right now. So imagine that you are sending the healing power to the people that you know, and also to the entire, to the entire humanity using this prayer. So basically there are 3 focuses. One is the strength for self, is what you pray for. Strength for family and loved ones, and the strength for the whole humanity. So divide your prayer energy into 3 portions, and that is how, we will, take the pledge and chant the mantras. Imagine these 3 things when you chant the mantras. And when we do collectively, we generate a lot more energy compared to a single person chanting it. It's like there is a big log, and one person try to push it 100 times, it doesn't move, but 100 people push it at once, it moves. So collective prayers has a lot of energy, positive energy. And there was an experimental done by Transcendental Meditation Group of Maharishi Mahesh Yogi in Washington, and it was published many years ago, that when they did collective meditation, even the crime rate dropped for 3 or 5 days, and then it was well published. So let's start chanting with Gayatri Mantra. If you know Gayatri Mantra, fine. If you do not know, then just imagine, or right. And those who are, who may not be familiar, if you have any other mantra, you can mentally pray with that mantra also. Om Bhur Bhuvah. End of the mantra, I will say Swaha. Swaha means that I offer. Law of karma also says, right, that you have to give up something to get something, right? So what do I offer? I offer my gratitude. Idam Gayatre, Idam Namama. Idam means mine. Idam Namama, not mine. So we also show the gratitude that whoever we are, it's my efforts are one portion, but there is a second portion that is the divine grace. And hence, whatever resources I have, I'll use portion of that to make universe a better place to live for all. That is the prayers. Tera tujhko arpan kya lage mera. We do that in Jai Jagadish Hare all the time. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Idam Gayatri Idam Namama Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat Swaha. Idam Gayatri Idam Namama. Now we'll do Mahamritiya mantra. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityurmukshiyamamritat Swaha. Idam Mahamrityunjaya Idam Namama Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityurmukshiyamamritat Swaha. Idam Mahamrityunjaya Idam Namama Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityurmukshiyamamritat Swaha. Idam Mahamrityunjaya Idam Namama Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityurmukshiyamamritat Mamritat Swaha. Idam Mahamrityunjaya Idam Namama. I'll do Sajal Shraddha and Prakar Pragya. Om Prakar Pragyaya Vidmahe Mahakalaya Dhimahi Tanno Shri Ramah Prachodayat Swaha. Idam Mahakala Idam Namama. Om Sajal Shraddhaya Vidmahe Mahashakti Dhimahi Tanno Ma Bhagavati Prachodayat Swaha. Idam Mahashakti Idam Namama. Now I request Ketan, if you can do Naukar mantra for 3 times.
Yeah. Om Namo Arihanta Namo Sita नमो आयर्याणं नमो उवज्जायाणं नमो लोये सव्वसाहूणम् एषो पञ्चनमुक्कारो सव्वपावपनाशनो मङ्गलानं च सव्वेशिं परमं हवै मङ्गलम्। ॐ नमो अरिहन्ताणं नमो सिक्ताणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो उवज्जायाणं नमो लोये सव्वसाहूणम् एषो पञ्चनमुक्कारो सव्वपावपनाशनो मङ्गलानं च सव्वेशिं परमं हवै मङ्गलम्। ॐ नमो अरिहन्ताणं नमो सिक्ताणं नमो आयर्याणं नमो उवज्जायाणं नमो लोये सव्वसाहूणम् एषो पञ्चनमुक्कारो सव्वपावपनाशनो मङ्गलानं च सव्वेशिं परमं हवै मङ्गलम्।
So right after that, we'll do Purnahuti. Purnahuti is the Purnahuti, where we take the pledge to become, better than who we are. And how do we do that? By giving up one bad habit and taking one good habit today. When we give up one bad habit, we have to decide for ourselves. It's very easy for us to decide for something else. In fact, we spend 99% of our energy on trying to change others. We hardly focus on changing self. So this is about looking within, finding our own. And also the pledge that we should take should only be something that we can keep. So it should be a very baby step, right? And if you want to give up something for a week or a month rather than forever, that's also fine, right? But take a baby step as a part of an offering to the divine. In return, right, we get a lot of energy back. And same thing, we also take one good habit. I explained you mantra, Manahatrayatiti mantra. Mantra jap is one, doing pranayama is another on a regular lifestyle. There are many, many other things that we can do that can transform our lives. So take any of the good habit that you want to put in, right? Something that helps us discipline our life. So when I say Swaha for the first time, that's where you take, few minutes, few seconds off and just communicate between you and the divine on the kind of energy you need to change yourself by giving up one bad habit. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Swaha. Now close your eyes and give up one bad habit. Now, next time when I say Swaha, you take one good habit or take a pledge to put one good habit in your life. Om Sarvamai Purnagam Swaha. After that, we'll do a very small Aarti. If you have Aarti Thali, you can light the Aarti Thali. If you don't have it, just imagine that you are doing Aarti. And we'll do a very simple Aarti that all of you know. So why do we do Aarti end of the puja? Aarti, again, we do it by lighting the lamp. But more than that, we rotate it so many times. So we took the pledge to do something good in our life. But we have to practice it so many times that it becomes our habit. And that is one of the symbolism of Aarti, that we repeat it so many times that it becomes our habit. And not only that, even after that, I think our rishis knew very, very well that we tend to forget the good things we don't remember. Negative things we remember forever. So we take pledge one more time on Agneni Shakshi Makyam. I will fulfill the pledges that I have given. And then he said, may I get blessed with the divine knowledge so that my darkness disappears, and then that is why we take the divine light, put it in forms of divine knowledge that I'm getting the divine knowledge from. Om Kapura Gauram Karunavataram Sansara Saram Bhujagendraharam Sada Vasantam Hridayar Vinde Bhavam Bhavani Savitam Namami Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Garudadvaja Mangalam Pundarikaksho Mangalaya Tanohari Sarva Mangala Mangalye Sive Sarvartha Sadhike Saranye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute Narayani Namostute. Then you establish the connection of the divine light with the God or the form of God on the altar, and then we put hand on it. Again, repeat our pledge. Agnini Sakshima, we repeat our pledge one more time. I have decided to change myself, and then said, may I get blessed with the strength and also the divine knowledge, and my darkness goes away, or it illuminates me, and that's why we take that arti and put it on our head. Right after that, the puja is done. So we also do visarjan. We have invoked the presence of all the divine energy here. And for children, especially, right? I think I see Sridhar's children are also there. So one thing I do want to tell them before we end the puja, there is a very big misconception about Hinduism in this country and among the Hindus also, that if somebody asks us, do we have one God or many? And most of the time people will answer, we have many. And the reason is because the colonials translated Devis and Devatas into gods and goddesses. So people relate them to false god of and the pagan type. We don't have a concept of many gods. We in fact have a concept of only one God, which is God Almighty, Paran Paramatma. And our concept goes beyond that, that we have only God. Everything is manifestation of God. God in our Eastern religion is in true sense omniscient, omnipresent, omnibenevolent. Then why do we have so many forms of the God? Because we have finite intellect. And for us to perceive anything that is infinite with finite intellect, we only see a portion of it. And that's why we can worship God Almighty in any form that we relate to. And that's why we have the concept of Ishta Devata. And that's why we used to have also 33 crore Devatas. And right, so that every human will perceive God differently, and that's okay. And that's why our rishis also say that Ekam Satyam Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. The truth is one, but the enlightened soul describes it differently. And that is one of the reasons Hinduism is one of the biggest threat to organization religions. And there are a lot of things that go on to destroy the values of what is being taught by Hinduism. There are 3 states that we are fighting right now that were trying to pass laws against swastika. So New Jersey is the latest one. I think New York, we have been able to cancel that now, and Virginia we have been able to cancel that now. The battle is going on in New Jersey right now that they want to put swastika as a hate symbol legally. So now if you put swastika in front of your house or on your car, it's a criminal offense. Right. So starting from there, now we do Visarjan. So we have invoked the presence of all the divine energy in the form of different Devis and Devatas. We are now saying that may you disperse back in the universe and then come back when we call you again. So put some rice and put it on the altar. Om Yantu Deva Gana Sarve Puja Madaya Mamakim Istakama Samardhyartam Punaragamanaya Cha Prabhu Punaragamanaya Cha. And if you have colors or the water there, you sprinkle that on everybody for Shanti part, that may there be peace. Om Dyoho Shanti Antariksha Gum Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapa Shanti Roshadaya Shanti Vanaspataya Shanti Vishwe Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagam Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Redi Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadram Tanna Asuva Om Shanti 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 Sarvarishta Shantir Bhavatu. So with that, the puja is done. If you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer.
That was very nice of you people arranging this. It was wonderful, and to do puja not just for ourselves, but puja for all the families, known or unknown, those who are suffering with the COVID and all that right now. So really, I wish we could have decided or invited other families too. I mean, we could have. A lot of my friends and families also keep saying like,
So we can do it next Sunday also if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, just let me know. Yeah.
And this was very good, Vipul, and very nice explanation, because I can tell you, I learned a lot. I mean, we all do pujas, but a lot of things we just don't know the details or reasons. So this was very, very helpful. I would definitely like to do more. So maybe you could do more parts of, because you did only 1 hour. I'm sure there's so many other things that we can learn or we can do.
And so I think one thing definitely I have in my mind also, if there are children who are interested, right? We all have now children who are getting ready for wedding. And I do perform weddings also, right? So if they are interested, I can walk them through. That's what, that's my precondition for any couple that I marry, that they have to, sit down with me, we go through the whole ritual and we collectively decide. So by the time they are performing the wedding, at that time, they know exactly what they are doing, why they are doing.
Very nice, yeah.
Yeah. So if they have questions, I can definitely, it's tough to get them interested in unless, they are getting married, then they are very interested. But till then, they have no interest in learning about the rituals. So.
Vipul, it was very helpful. Very positive energy as well, I think.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay.
So I think I do not know personally two people. If you don't mind giving me reference. So one of them is Vijay. Vijay, I don't remember which division. I used to be very proud of that. I know everybody, but now my memory is not as good.
Hi, Vinay. I'm Vinay. Yes, I was also the electrical batch.
Okay. So with Rohan Derasari and Amit and Katwala and
yes, yes. Correct.
Okay.
Okay,
The face is familiar, but I don't recall any other details.
We did not have much interaction.
Yeah.
With you during our these days.
Okay. Yeah, and then Alsa, I don't know what who that is. There is a name showing up as ALSHA. But that's okay. Yeah. Chalo, though, koi na koi question hai to fine. Otherwise, I can close it. And Ketan, if anybody is interested next week, I can do next week also.
I would definitely. They are asking, we can invite others too. Let's do it next week.
Yeah, okay.
If you do any puja, just let us know. I'll be glad to.
Yeah, and Rekha, feel free to call, reach out to any one of us, okay? If we can be of any help, any which way, right?
Yeah, sure. Thanks a ton.
Yeah,
So I was feeling a little low. So when you said I thought I'll better join it, And my mom is 88, so I'm a little worried for her. And we also have come out from COVID, my full family.
Okay. Yeah, I went through the same. My mother was sick in a hospital, and in fact, we have to jump through hoops to even get her
No, today she came back home. She was on oxygen support for 5 days.
Okay.
And she's home.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
And Vipul, this was helpful because my whole family back home in India is positive. They're just recovering now. And my brother and father, they both were in hospital for days. They just got home a few days ago.
Okay.
Everybody's recovering. So this was perfect timing.
Okay. How is your younger sister? Is she in US or in India?
She is here in Piscataway.
Piscataway, okay.
She is here.
Yeah, we have the temple in Piscataway, so I go there very often, Gayatri Mandir.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk offline, definitely.
Yeah, I know. I can tease her still, right? I think we used to tease her Chotiani Ben. So, Mara Bainu naam Chotio nathi.
Yeah, good to see you, Manisha.
Okay.
Long time.
I know.
Vipul, I am in Baroda, so anybody wants any help for any of your relatives in Baroda, do call on me.
Definitely. Yes. Yeah. So, Nilesh, I think we met Tari company. I came many years ago, right? If I remember correctly, or no?
No, I don't think tomorrow. Right.
No. No, I think I
I
went to
think-
that other Ganesh. I went to Ganesh,
Yeah,
but in computer science, right? His company I went to.
yeah, yeah.
So civil math, right, Nilesh?
Yeah, હું સિવિલમાં હતો, but now I'm doing no different jobs. So I'm in company, mechanical engineering company, manufacturing machineries. I'm
Oh,
heading that unit.
oh,
Nice.
nice.
I listen
Alright.
to your YouTube videos, Nilesh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
That's my way of paying back to the society, youth basically.
Hmm.
That's
I
good.
think a lot of youth have a lot of curiosity. I interact with a lot of youth. It's just that they don't know where to go, and to trust somebody is very, very
Yeah.
difficult for them, right? There are so many bad experiences about religion growing up, at least in US. That,
Yeah, yeah.
all right.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Vivek.
All right,
Thank you
thanks.
very much.
Thanks,
seeing
thanks,
you, everyone.
thanks all of you. Bye. Take
Bye.
care.
Thank
Stay
you.
safe.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.